bring it back, Miss Lady Madam Secretary.
She didn't change robes. Madam President.
How do you put yourself first?
How do you put yourself first?
Wait, I was going to ask, did you want to add to the vision board, or you just want to ask the questions? Did you want to add something?
You can chime in whenever you want, Pooh.
If you want to, because
She like, why y'all putting them?
I would have said yes to the video part.
In other words, no.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Sis. I got you, boo.
we picked on what she put down. We did quickly. How do we put ourselves first? I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling with putting myself first because I always think about others. Right? I'm very mindful about the people that I love. Like, people that I love don't trump me, but I do feel like a lot of times that if I know they're okay, I'll be okay. So I'm still learning to, even though sometimes I might say it a lot, I'm putting me first, it's me, right? But if I'm being
trying to convince yourself,
convincing myself, and if I'm being honest, that is just not what I've done. I am trying to learn that because I do know that in order for me to be anything for anybody else, I have to be whole within myself.
Absolutely.
can't
Right.
pour from an empty cup.
Yeah, and I'm learning that more and more. Like I said, you keep being pulled and yanked on, and you pouring into everybody else, and then when you're depleted, and not saying that you don't have anybody else to pour back into you, but I guess at some point we'll get to that as well. But like, I am learning also to watch who I am pouring into, because
they'll drain you.
will drain me, and I'm watching that. So like, I guess I am trying to put myself first in that aspect. But overall, the question is, how do you put yourself first? I'm learning to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, if we talking about 2024, at the beginning of the year, I decided like I'm gonna start putting Talia first. You know, I started doing the dating myself challenges, and you know, it was a lot of.
Which one?
It was a lot of different things that I wanted to do that I'm like, well, I don't want to do by myself because I want to, you know, this is a couple thing, or you know, I was missing that. Well, I was thinking I was missing that little void of a partner, but I finally decided that I was gonna do it. But then my dog died. Don't cry. Don't. We're gonna move past it.
You got this.
And then it just seemed like a lot of stuff just started happening around me. That then I started putting other people first, or I stopped showing up for myself in a way where I was going out and doing the different dates. It became to where I just isolated myself, or I stayed in the house. So what I would say, I kind of agree with Danielle that I'm still learning. And being a coach, same little plug there. I think I always struggle with that. I'm so used to telling other people, hey, self-care and do this, and you need to be doing that, and you need to be meditating, and blah, blah, blah. And then I think I'm doing those things because I did it one day. I woke up and you know what? I'm going to put me first today. I'm going to journal. I'm going to meditate. And then I do it and then I stop. Because one thing happened and then now I'm like, oh, well, now I need to give my energy to that. I need to pull away because I'm, you know, I put myself first, but you not. Yeah. You putting other people first and you kind of sweeping yourself to the side.
Or fitting in wherever you can get in.
Like, yeah, I read today. But lately, I feel like I'm getting back into that space of putting myself first. Because I realize you can't attract none of this stuff you want if you keep putting yourself in the same energy.
Exactly.
All you're going to do is keep attracting that. And I should know that firsthand because that's the first thing I tell people. You get what you put out. So I have to learn that I have to be my own. If we can't teach our own self, how are we going to teach others? How are we going to better other people if we're not even teachable?
Yeah.
Or we don't even listen. We was talking about this earlier, listening to our own advice. I can give a person advice all day, but if I'm not taking it, one, I look stupid. Two, you're never gonna move forward, and eventually people gonna be like, why am I listening to you? You still in the same spot.
Exactly. We know someone. Mm-hmm.
Anywho.
But I think in that aspect though, I think that sometimes us giving other people advice on things, it's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And
I agree.
And every situation doesn't mean that that's your situation. The advice that you give to others may not even pertain to you.
This is true.
Right?
Yeah.
Or even, let's just say, for instance, you in a relationship and we don't see our own shit. Like we probably see somebody else's, right?
Right.
And so you can clearly see, and for a long time I couldn't even understand, like, and my son told me, and I'll just say it right now. My son told me, he was like, I could never marry nobody like you. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it
your own people.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm your mama. But
Oh shit.
I got so wrapped up into what he said until I talked to him more about why he said it, right? And then his thing to me was more so like, it'd be hard to say what I want to say because I don't want it to seem like I'm throwing my husband under the bus or making my husband look a certain type of way, right? But he was just like, you talk back.
You're not submissive.
I'm not submissive enough.
That's how making your husband look bad.
Well, no. I'm not saying that, but I mean, for you, it probably won't, right? But somebody else that may see, because what we've learned over this election, that things can appear and look a certain type of way to somebody
Okay,
else.
let me just say this here. We live in the real world, and that shit what you see on TV and what's supposed to be just ain't it. She's very respectful to her husband, but submit. Okay, see now, bitch, I was trying to. Yeah, say that.
I mean, I'm human.
Well, you see what
a
a son said.
Yeah, I'm a black woman. Yeah, man. No, but I'm not a pushover, right? But more so, he was just saying it, and then I had to think like, wait. But I had to understand that my son listens to my husband.
Vent?
Not even not vent, but he listens to my husband watch certain shows, right? And so the message that he's getting from those shows is that the woman should do this, the woman should do that, the woman. So it was like, and that's what gravitated to my son or pulled my son in, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, how am I upset with him? Because that's the type of woman that he likes. And then going back to the advice part, because he kind of told me like, man, you should just be quiet sometimes. And that's when it set into me like, that's gonna be the type of woman that he needs, or he's gonna have to have in his life. He has to have a woman who's not challenging to him.
Yeah.
So it's not that he says something. I mean, and I took it wrong. And sometimes that's why when you say we're giving out advice, and how can I give out advice if I'm not whole? That doesn't make you not whole.
Well,
you know?
I wasn't saying like you're not whole. I'm just saying like maybe the type of advice that person is asking for, and it's something that you probably need to be working on yourself too.
And sometimes we talk to ourselves.
All the time.
Yeah.
I feel like
here.
all the time. I feel like anytime you give advice, something in you need that advice.
Or not even that. It may be something like you said that's totally different from anything you experience. However, if you have some encouraging words, or you think that this is something that she or he should do, then if you have that knowledge, there's nothing wrong with telling them.
Yeah.
So, if you look at it and be like, I give good advice, but when you have that self moment and you talk to yourself, that's when you have to be honest with yourself and have those like, bitch, you know what I'm saying?
You're fucking up.
You know what I'm saying?
And you need that.
Right, you need that to be like, now look where we at now. Notice I said we, because if you hadn't said what I told you, you would be over there.
Yeah.
Let me answer that, guys. But the crazy question is, what was the question?
How do you put yourself first?
Okay. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be dead ass with you all. At this point right now, 2024 was a very emotional year for me. You two know this. It was a really emotional year. And I'm ready for it to go bye-bye. I have no more tears to give. no more F's to give at this point.
Anybody's up is not.
I said F. I don't know them. I mean, I'm trying to be
Y'all been
mindful.
cursing a lot.
Oh, that's why I'm
But-
asking, because I've been cursing.
You have, and me too. But I think,
I
Okay,
think
so-
YouTube just don't like the word ASS. It's like certain
or
words you can.
unalive yourself, or what
Yeah.
is it, perish, or however. Anyway, y'all. I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
Please, I'm on a roll. But
Sorry, I
my
didn't-
thing here is the reason why I say F because how I strongly feel about that, it would have came off a little rough.
Okay.
So that's why I said that. Okay, but I really don't. I am learning to put myself first, but I have to execute these things.
Yeah.
Because at this point right now, we're going to talk about it. I was forced to start over when I did not want to start over. But I'm building my strength up for me to put me first. Because what I just went through, I am not putting nobody before me. It's called selfishness. I'm going to be that.
It's not
Word of the year.
Yes, I've been talking about that on my video. So I'm like, I'm
self-care.
No, it's selfishness. Because it's just that. That means I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I care, but if it's messing with my center, no.
Yeah.
It's just no for me. So do I know how to put me first? Oh, absolutely. I can't tell you how strongly I feel
But it
about
was
this.
how do you
do
put yourself
you
first?
How I
We
say-
all know how to put
okay,
ourselves
this
first,
is
but
the
how do we
I'm
do
gonna
it?
I say no.
Mm.
No. This ain't gonna work for me. God bless. I apologize. This is not what I want. I'm not about to try to figure it out with you.
Tia, you had said some stuff one day we were talking and you were saying like more so, and I guess I'm not sure because I did not read the question, so I'm not sure if we're gonna
Go
dive
ahead.
into
It's
that.
okay. It's gonna all happen.
But I knew you had said something about like fitting into other people's world.
Yes.
And always shifting and changing to become a part of somebody else's,
Yes.
and you lose
Everything.
yourself,
Mhm.
right?
My whole queendom crush. It just falls apart. I give up everything to fit in. I don't know.
And I think for me, just watching you on the outside with doing that, because you've done that a
All
lot.
the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think for me watching you do that, and I kind of brag about you sometimes to certain people and say like, if you want to know about the word submissive, Tia should be in the dictionary.
Yes.
Like she should be the person because you've always been that
My
one.
man is my king.
Yeah, and you've always been like that. But I always, you know me, I'm always telling you like, I never see you in those situations.
This is the thing, sweetie. I don't mean to cut you off. I realize so much that, yes, I put my king, I did all of this here. But I never, ever been to the point where it's like, you got to do some shit to get me. I make it very easy for them to get me because I lay it all out there.
Bitch, you is grown up. clank.
I lay it all out there. At this point in my life, I'm not. Figure it out. I'm not mean. I'm still, me. But when it comes to getting close to me, to even seeing if I am submissive, there's too much of my guards around protecting me at this point. It's no. You know how when you look at the old queendom shit and somebody come in and do shit like off with the head? It's no.
It's funny that you mentioned submissive because the guy whose name should not be named.
Y'all so irritated about who you just was on the phone with.
Basically, it's always screaming.
It's
It's always screaming he wants somebody submissive, and I'm like, I am submissive. What are you talking about? Like I would give you anything. I will lay it out. That's when I realized, okay, if you think I still need to be more submissive, fuck off. F all of y'all.
You know what I've learned about this whole submissive things, and I hear
Subjective. It's very subjective.
It is because in our head we submissive this one way, But these men, they want a submissive woman some other type of way. They want a whatever you like. Or
You
they
talk-
want a mama. You want me to treat you like a
Claire
mama?
Hustable is what I was getting.
Okay, but there was also a Clef motherfucking Hustable who was also submissive to his wife.
And that's what I said. So you gonna be like Cliff?
I mean, or you gonna be like Booker?
Who is Cliff?
The Cosbys.
His name was Cliff?
Yeah.
Sadea, I mean, I'm sorry.
Madam President.
Madam President.
Next question.
Next question. Really? I can't
I
take
bet
that
your
out.
first name was Cosby. I don't know.